Every day, thousands of people wake up with good intentions. They plan to stay positive. They promise themselves they won't get angry. They won't overthink. And they won't let small problems ruin their mood. But then it happens. One unexpected phone call changes everything. One careless comment from a stranger, a coworker, or even a family member keeps replaying in their mind for hours. One small mistake at work or in life suddenly feels much bigger than it really is. Before they realize it, stress has taken over, emotions are in control, and the rest of the day follows the same pattern. Most people believe life defeats them because life is unfair, too difficult, or too unpredictable. The truth is much different. In many situations, people don't lose because of the problem itself. They lose because panic takes control before clear thinking has a chance. That single moment of emotional reaction quietly shapes the next hour, the next decision, and sometimes even the next few years. A calm mind can turn a crisis into an opportunity, while a restless mind can turn a small challenge into a disaster. This hidden difference separates those who stay strong under pressure from those who fall apart when life becomes uncomfortable. The surprising part is that this ability is not something people are born with. It is not reserved for monks, soldiers, successful leaders, or people who seem naturally peaceful. Modern psychology continues to show that the brain can be trained to respond differently to stress, while ancient Stoic thinkers understood thousands of years ago that true strength comes from mastering the mind instead of trying to control the outside world. Long before science could scan the human brain, they recognized a simple truth that many people still ignore today. The greatest battles are not fought in crowded streets, busy offices, or difficult relationships. They are fought silently, inside the mind, where thoughts become emotions, emotions become actions, and actions slowly become a person's entire life. Most people spend years trying to change the world around them without ever learning how to and guide what happens inside them. That is why the same situations keep producing the same frustration. The circumstances change, but the reactions stay exactly the same. The human brain naturally notices danger more quickly than peace because it was designed to keep people alive, not necessarily calm. This ancient survival system helped our ancestors escape real threats. But today, it often treats criticism, failure, rejection, or uncertainty as if they were life-threatening emergencies. A simple disagreement can feel like a personal attack. Waiting for an important message can create endless anxiety. A single negative opinion can outweigh 10 compliments. Without realizing it, many people become prisoners of reactions that were never meant to control everyday life. Yet there is another side to this story that very few people truly understand. Every time you choose to pause instead of reacting, every time you refuse to let anger speak before wisdom, and every time you bring your attention back to what you can actually control, you begin changing the way your brain responds to future challenges. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reshape itself through repeated habits. The Stoics described the same process in different words centuries ago, teaching that character is built one decision at a time. Different language, different era, but the same powerful lesson. Calmness is not an accident. It is training. It is practice. It is a skill that grows stronger every single time you choose awareness over impulse. Throughout this video, you will discover why your thoughts often create more suffering than the events themselves. Why emotional reactions steal your peace without asking permission, and why learning to pause for just a few seconds can completely change the direction of your life. You will learn simple mental habits, supported by psychology and inspired by timeless Stoic wisdom that can help you stay steady during conflict, think clearly under pressure, and protect your inner peace, even when everything around you feels uncertain. You will also uncover why some people remain calm during situations that make everyone else panic, and why emotional strength has far less to do with personality than most people believe. As this journey continues, each lesson will build on the one before it, revealing practical ways to train your mind instead of being controlled by it. By the end of this video, you will not only understand why calm people seem different, but you will also know the daily habits that help create that difference. The final lesson may completely change the way you look at stress, fear, anger, and even success itself, because real strength is often much quieter than the world expects. So stay with us until the very end, because every part connects to the next, and missing one piece could mean missing the habit that makes the biggest difference in your own life. Welcome to Unshakable Mindset, the place where we build mental strength, emotional resilience, and lasting inner peace, one lesson at a time. If you're ready to develop a calmer mind, stronger self-control, and a mindset that stays steady no matter what life brings, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's begin this journey together. The first battle of every difficult day begins long before you speak, act, or make a decision. It begins inside your mind. Two people can face the exact same situation and walk away with completely different experiences. One person sees a problem and immediately believes everything is falling apart. The other sees the same problem and calmly starts looking for a solution. The event was the same, but the story inside their minds was completely different. This is one of the most important truths about emotional strength. Life does not only happen outside you, it also happens inside you. Every event first passes through your thoughts before it becomes an emotion. Your mind quickly gives meaning to what happened. It starts asking questions, making predictions, and filling in missing details. Sometimes those thoughts are helpful, but many times they are not. A delayed reply becomes, "They must be ignoring me." A small mistake becomes, "I always fail." One criticism becomes, "Nobody respects me." None of these ideas are facts. They are stories created by the mind. Yet the body reacts as if every one of them is true. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes. Stress begins to grow, not because of what happened, but because of what you believe is happening. This is why many people suffer twice. First, they experience the event. Then they experience the story they build around it. The second part is often much more painful than the first. Fear works in exactly the same way. Most fears are not happening in the present moment. They live in the future. The mind keeps asking, what if everything goes wrong? It creates one terrible possibility after another until the imagination becomes stronger than reality. Before anything has actually happened, the body is already carrying the weight of a disaster that exists only in thought. Anger follows a similar path. Very few people stay angry because of one moment alone. They stay angry because they replay that moment over and over again. Every replay makes the emotion stronger. Every new thought adds more fuel to the fire. Hours later, or even days later, the person is still carrying the same emotional burden, while the original event may already be over. Stress grows in the same silent way. The mind predicts the worst outcome, treats it like certainty, and forces the body to prepare for danger that may never come. This is why learning to observe your thoughts is one of the greatest skills you can develop. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every fear deserves your belief. Not every emotion deserves to become an action. The moment you realize that your thoughts are not always facts, you begin taking back control. Instead of believing every story your mind creates, you learn to question it. Is this really true, or is my mind making assumptions? Is this problem as big as it feels right now, or has my imagination made it bigger? These simple questions create space between you and your emotions. That small space is where wisdom begins to grow. A peaceful life does not start by changing every situation around you. It starts by learning how to guide the conversation happening inside your own mind. The next challenge appears almost immediately after the first one. Even when people recognize their thoughts, they often react before thinking. Someone says something disrespectful, and the reply comes out before the brain has time to process it. A stressful email arrives, and panic takes over within seconds. A mistake happens, and frustration explodes without warning. Human beings are naturally wired to react quickly because thousands of years ago, fast reactions helped people survive real dangers. But modern life is different. Most situations do not require instant emotional responses. They require clear thinking. Yet many people continue living as if every inconvenience is an emergency. The strongest minds understand a simple truth. Reaction is automatic, but response is always a choice. That small difference changes everything. Calm people are not slow because they are weak. They pause because they understand the value of those few quiet seconds. A short pause gives the mind enough time to catch up with the emotion. It stops words that would later be regretted. It prevents small disagreements from becoming broken relationships. It protects families, friendships, and careers from unnecessary damage. Many arguments are not caused by the original problem. They are caused by emotional reactions that made the problem much worse. A few seconds of patience can save years of regret. Psychology often recommends something surprisingly simple during stressful moments. Slow your breathing. Take one deep breath, then another. The reason is not magical. Your breathing and your nervous system are deeply connected. Fast breathing tells the body that danger is present. Slow breathing sends the opposite message. It reminds the brain that it is safe enough to think clearly. This tiny habit gives logic a chance to return before emotion takes complete control. Another powerful habit is refusing to answer immediately when emotions are high. Not every message needs an instant reply. Not every criticism deserves an instant defense. Sometimes the strongest response is silence for a few moments while your mind settles. Those few moments often change the entire direction of a conversation. People often admire confidence because it is visible, but real emotional strength is much quieter. It is the ability to stay calm when others expect anger. It is the ability to listen when others interrupt. It is the ability to think when others panic. Anyone can lose control. Very few people can keep it. That quiet self-control is one of the greatest forms of strength a person can ever develop. Many people unknowingly create their own anxiety by trying to control things that were never theirs to control in the first place. Every day, they worry about what other people think of them. They become frustrated because of traffic that refuses to move. They complain about bad weather as though their anger might change the sky. They replay mistakes from years ago, wishing they could rewrite a past that no longer exists. They become upset over unexpected problems that no amount of planning could have prevented. The more they fight these realities, the more exhausted they become. It is like trying to stop the ocean with your hands. The harder you push, the more powerless you feel. One of the greatest lessons you can ever learn is separating what belongs to you from what does not. Other people's opinions belong to them. Their words, beliefs, and judgments are shaped by experiences you cannot fully understand. You cannot force everyone to like you, approve of you, or agree with you. Trying to do so only gives away your peace. The weather follows its own path. Traffic follows its own pace. The past follows its own direction because it has already happened. Unexpected problems arrive because life is unpredictable. None of these things ask for your permission before appearing. But your attitude belongs to you. Your effort belongs to you. Your next decision belongs to you. Your character belongs to you. Every time you place your attention on these things, instead of everything outside your challenge, instead of wasting energy wishing reality were different, you begin using that energy to improve the only part of life you truly own. This shift may seem small, but over time, it changes the way you experience almost every challenge. Peace does not come from controlling the world. It comes from knowing where your control begins and where it ends. Real calmness is never built in the middle of chaos. It is built during ordinary days when nothing dramatic is happening. People often believe they will suddenly become patient when life becomes difficult, but the mind does not work that way. Under pressure, people usually fall back on their strongest habits. If those habits are panic, overthinking, and emotional reactions, that is exactly what will appear during stressful moments. But if the habits are patience, awareness, and self-control, those qualities begin showing up naturally when they are needed most. This is why training your mind every day is so important. Just as muscles become stronger through repeated exercise, emotional strength grows through repeated practice. Quiet moments each day allow the mind to slow down after constant stimulation. Sitting in silence for even a few minutes teaches the brain that it does not need endless distractions to feel comfortable. Deep breathing strengthens your ability to relax during pressure instead of becoming overwhelmed. Writing in a journal helps organize thoughts that would otherwise keep spinning in circles. Many people discover that their biggest worries become much smaller once they see them written on paper. Mindfulness teaches another valuable lesson. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. You do not have to chase every one of them. You can notice them without becoming trapped inside them. Reflecting before sleep also helps strengthen emotional awareness. Instead of ending the day by thinking only about problems, ask yourself simple questions. What did I handle well today? Where did I lose control? What can I improve tomorrow? These small moments of reflection quietly shape the person you become over time. There is no single day when everything suddenly changes. Growth happens so gradually that you may not even notice it at first. Then one day, a situation that once would have made you panic no longer has the same power. The calmness you admire in others is usually the result of countless small decisions, repeated over months and years. Another important lesson is understanding how much power we accidentally give to other people. Some people criticize everything. Some enjoy creating conflict. Some constantly complain because negativity has become their habit. Others spread fear, gossip, or anger wherever they go. If every word they speak controls your emotions, then they are quietly controlling your life. Many people hand over this power without realizing it. One negative comment ruins their confidence. One insult destroys their mood. One unfair opinion stays in their thoughts for days. They continue carrying emotional weight that does not belong to them. But you are never required to carry another person's emotional baggage. Their anger belongs to them. Their frustration belongs to them. Their negativity belongs to them. You always have a choice about what you allow to enter your own mind. Protecting your peace does not mean becoming cold or uncaring. It means becoming wise enough to recognize that not every emotional invitation deserves your dog acceptance. Every argument asks for your attention, but you are free to say no. Every criticism asks for your energy, but you are free to keep it. Sometimes walking away is not weakness. Sometimes silence is not surrender. Sometimes refusing to argue is the greatest sign of confidence, because it shows that your peace is more valuable than proving someone else wrong. Strong people do not win every argument. They simply refuse to lose themselves in arguments that never deserved their attention in the process. One reason so many people struggle to stay calm is because they secretly expect life to become perfect someday. They believe peace will finally arrive when every problem disappears, every relationship becomes easy, every plan succeeds, and every disappointment comes to an end. But life has never worked that way. Problems will always exist in one form or another. Plans will sometimes fail despite your best effort. People will misunderstand you. Unexpected changes will interrupt even the most carefully organized schedule. Waiting for a perfect life before allowing yourself to feel peaceful means waiting forever. Acceptance changes this completely. Acceptance is not saying that problems are good or enjoyable. It simply means seeing reality as it truly is, before deciding what to do next. Fighting reality only wastes energy. Accepting reality gives you the clarity to respond wisely. When it rains, arguing with the weather changes nothing. Bringing an umbrella changes everything. The same principle applies to life's challenges. Once you stop asking why difficulties exist and start asking what the best next step is, your mind becomes far more peaceful and effective. Acceptance is one of the quietest forms of courage because it replaces resistance with action. Day after day, every challenge becomes another chance to strengthen your mind. Every difficult conversation teaches patience. Every unexpected setback teaches resilience. Every moment of frustration gives you another opportunity to practice self-control instead of emotional reaction. Calmness is never discovered by accident. It is built through thousands of ordinary moments when you choose wisdom over impulse, patience over panic, and discipline over emotion. Some days you will succeed. Other days you will fall back into old habits. That is part of the process. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Every time you return to these principles, your mind becomes a little stronger than it was before. Over weeks, months, and years, these small improvements create an unshakable mindset that cannot be easily disturbed by outside events. Eventually, peace stops depending on perfect circumstances because it begins growing from within. Your surroundings may still change. Problems may still appear. Life will continue bringing challenges. But the way you meet those challenges will no longer be decided by fear, anger, or panic. It will be decided by the mind you have trained every single day. Every day gives you a choice. You can let your thoughts control you, or you can learn to control your thoughts. You can react to every challenge, or you can respond with calm and confidence. The journey won't be perfect, and there will be days when you lose your patience or fall back into old habits. But every time you choose to pause, think clearly, and stay in control, you become a little stronger than you were yesterday. Always remember, a calm mind is not built when life is easy. It is built through the small decisions you make when life becomes difficult. Every challenge is an opportunity to train your mind. Every setback is a chance to grow stronger. And every moment you refuse to let fear, anger, or stress take over, you are becoming the kind of person who cannot be easily shaken by the world. One day, the situations that once overwhelmed you will no longer have the power they used to. The criticism that once ruined your day will become just another opinion. The problems that once filled you with anxiety will become opportunities to practice patience. That is what real mental strength looks like. It is quiet, it is steady, and it comes from within. If you made it this far, it means you're serious about building a stronger, calmer, and more resilient mind. Keep learning, keep practicing, and never stop investing in the most powerful thing you will ever own, your mind. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like it, because it helps this message reach more people who need it. Share this video with someone who could use a little more peace and strength in their life. And if you want more videos that help you develop an unshakable mindset, master your emotions, and become mentally stronger every day, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the before notification bell so you never miss our next video. Thank you for watching, and remember this: when you train your mind to stay calm, you don't just change your reactions, you change your life. We'll see you in the next video.